I mean, vlog gets some shit because you're in the street with with this and a massive like camera and a mic, and like you pretend that you want to film yourself. But I think we shouldn't really pay attention to what like it looks like from the outside, but more on that film aspect. That is actually the best thing about it, because making vlog is the best thing that you could do, because it's basically, you can create anything. You can, if you want to talk about your life, you can talk about your life. If you want to talk about your pets, you can talk about your pets. If you want to travel, you can travel vlogs. You can do everything while vlogging, and I think that's why I like this format so much. It's like you have basic freedom. It's like you can do whatever you want. You're just a vlogger, and there's no stress around it. That's pretty cool.
Welcome to Pack Heavy Chase Light, a series about photographers, videographers, filmers, editors, and other creatives.
It's Josh Zucker.
I'm Louis Medeiros.
My name is Timothy Myers.
Jag heter Oskar Backe.
Christopher.
Je m'appelle Benjamin Ortega.
Mitt namn är Ola Stubberud.
For this episode, we have Benjamin Ortega. And honestly, when I was told that we'd be filming a vlogger, I was pretty let down. I mean, from what I knew, vlogging was kind of just egotistical. It was a bunch of bros filming nothing. And luckily I was super wrong. Benny was awesome. He showed us that vlogging isn't really about filming yourself, but it's filming you going through the world and you interacting with your surroundings. Not only does he work hard, he's always doing something, but he's always doing stuff to better his environment too. Like he goes and cleans up volcanoes, and his whole series with DB is about sustainable materials. And yeah, so we found this brief moment in Benny's crazy travel schedule and went around and shot around Venice Beach.
Salut, je m'appelle Benjamin Ortega, je suis français, j'ai 30 ans, filmmaker depuis maintenant plus de 4 ans, 5 ans, ouais, on est déjà en 2022. Voilà, bah, bienvenue dans ma journée. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous montrer comment... Should I switch to English now? Okay. So, this is my everyday setup that I've been having for the past few years, but this is a brand new one that is being released soon, or has been released yet. I'm not sure about this yet. I have the camera insert that fits absolutely perfect into it. And in that camera insert, I'm going to show you basically what I travel with to shoot all my video and photos at the same time. Wow, look at this. Damn! Looks like we made it to the thing. So this is my whole setup. My main camera has been recently the Sony A1. I actually bought it a few months ago and I haven't been using it much. Actual lens I have all the time with me is the 16 to 35 lens, and I like super wide angle stuff. So I have my two lenses, and in the middle I have the DJI goggles for my DJI FPV that I usually strap outside the bag. I'll show you later. So yeah, the goggles are pretty massive, but I mean I need to have them if I want to fly FPV. Then I have my mic setup. This is my 2.0 micro edition, which I used to always rock on my pants like this, with my SD card in it, so I can change my SD card, place it back in, and ready to shoot. It's like I carry all this with me, and I love it. And half of the, 70% of the time, I'm just like, oh, there's something happening, and I actually shoot it with my phone, and I don't even take the time to take my camera out, which is pretty funny. But like, it's honestly insane because you have those multiple lenses and stuff, which allows you to film anything you want. And now I even have a macro mode, which I actually use a lot. So yeah, it's sad, but it's funny. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the thing that is gonna, like, I actually bought this one because you can shoot in like cinema mode, like ProRes and stuff. And I really want to try to make a full film or video or vlog with just one piece of equipment like this. That's really exciting. So the one unusual thing I have in this bag, I actually have two unusual things. First one is in this pocket. It's something that my mom gave me this past Christmas. She actually gave me a lot of mini books, which are like super tiny, and it's basically like good vibe books. It's in French, so I can't really read it to you, but it's like you just pick one every day and like you have some good vibes, like talking about, yeah, this one is about how to get good vibes when you wake up. Perfect. This is number one. This one I actually always have it with me now. And the second one is probably this one because it was Marcus works at DB, birthday yesterday, and we had some like little confetti guns. So I have these with me because apparently we didn't use them. The one piece that I'm the most proud of was a recent project I've been a part of in Indonesia, which was in August last year. I feel that this vlog is gonna be quite a special one because I came up with an idea of like cleaning a volcano, Mount Rinjani, which is Indonesia's second highest volcano. And I climbed this volcano one day and I was kind of really upset about the fact that there was so much trash around and all that, and no one was really caring about it. Which I thought was pretty horrible in this whole national park.
Trash situation out there. What the fuck?
So I raised a big awareness around it, and I managed to gather a team of 50 people. And we came back and we basically cleaned as much as possible. Campsite, which is over there. And then up, you turn a tiny bit on the left, and then you see, now we're starting to pick up. It's literally a full trash bag just being dumped on the side. I don't know who is doing this, but it's pretty crazy.
Boom.
So we removed 1.6 tons of trash from the volcano in between 1,200 meters and 2,600 meters, which is the campsite. First of all, the project, it was like unbelievable. It went all over the news in Indonesia, like seen by millions of people. It was kind of insane. And on top of like actually doing this whole project, I managed to film everything, create a 40-minute documentary / vlog. And that was the tricky part for me because I was a part of like cleaning and making sure that the whole team makes the most out of this 2 days that we had on the mountain. But on top of that, I had all my gears. I had this backpack setup with the FPV drones, with the GoPros and everything, and I basically shot everything, all the angles, attached the GoPro on different people, like when they were cleaning, flying the FPV through everyone. So I had to like basically do the whole video myself since I didn't really have any help. And yeah, that's for sure the one project I'm the most proud of, so you should go and check it out. If you think you're tired, look at Lynn and think again, because he's a legend. And in flip-flops, huh? In case you were wondering. There is a massive misconception about vlogging because everyone thinks it's kind of vlogging is basically selfie type of video, filming yourself, and I think because it's selfie, people think it's very selfish in some ways. And they don't really see the creative aspect about, maybe he's filming himself, but he actually wants to create a filmmaking piece about some subject like the volcano that I just talked about. So that's what I'm trying to do as much as possible, is to show that, okay, I'm vlogging, but it's actually more cinematography than actual vlogging. But I hope people actually didn't really specify things like, oh, you're a vlogger, and no, I'm a filmmaker, I'm not a vlogger. I mean, I do vlogs, but yeah, there is this like misconception thing that I don't really like. One project that I've always been wanting to show a bit more detail about, that has always been kind of not undercover, but like we never really talked about it. I was with Jon, he's the one who co-founded DB, and we went together to surf Nazaré, the big wave in Portugal. And that was an insane project. I never thought I would actually be able to surf such a big wave. But the thing that is frustrating is that we barely used any of that footage. Basically, I surfed one of my biggest waves, which I can show a clip right now. But we had just that one drone shot, and that's the only thing we used, and no one really saw what actually happened after, because the wave itself was super nice, but what happened after, by like, we lost the board, and then I got rolled over into another wave, and then I had to find the jet ski, and then all that actually got captured on the GoPro Max, so the 360 GoPro that I had on my wrist, and I have like a super sick footage of like the whole getting the wave in the face and then being tumbled over and then coming back up, grabbing the jet ski on the sled, going to the beach, trying to survive, finding the board, and all that stuff lasted it for like half an hour, and I never ended up using that footage. So it's kind of the thing that I think I'm going to do one day, a full like video to talk and about the whole experience of like getting hammered in the face by a big wave. That's the thing, when you're like traveling that much, if you spend all your days in hotels, Airbnbs and things like this, it is quite expensive, and it's also like not that fun because you're always by yourself, especially when you travel alone like me. So it's super fun to be able to have friends all over the world and crash at their place, especially when they're that cool. So now let's go. Yeah, let's go down and let's go outside, grab some food maybe. And starting to be pretty hungry actually. Doing like editing vlogs, I think it can be done pretty quickly, but depends on how much time you want to put into it. I tend to like spend way too much time and perfectionize like the last little things and bits and pieces here and there, so I actually never end up stopping. But as an example, when I was working with Jon back in the days where we were doing daily vlogs, and I was spending basically the whole day we were shooting, and then the whole evening, during the night, and in the morning the next day I was editing, which was roughly like 6 to 8 hours maybe every single day. And then when we changed to one every other day, so which was way better, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get one day off. No, I ended up spending 15 hours on every little videos because I ended up having more time. So it's like the more time I have, the more time I spend on editing. So I'm not good at like fast edits. So welcome to Venice Beach here in California. Los Angeles more precisely. So the last trip I was on was actually Indonesia. It was kind of funny because I booked a flight to go there in March, and I was supposed to stay there only 3 weeks. Actually ended up staying over 8 months, I think, so it was pretty fun. And I think it was, both because I wanted to stay there and also because of COVID, I couldn't really leave the island, so I only stayed in Lombok at the beginning. And then once it was open and I could actually travel, I actually decided to stay a bit longer. So yeah, 8 months in total for my last trip, which was nice. So living life out of the suitcase is actually the most controversial thing in the world, because it's like everyone that hears about this just dreams about it because it sounds amazing. Don't get me wrong, it is amazing to travel all the time, but living in a suitcase is kind of hard, especially when you go from different locations which have different seasons. For example, we were talking about it before, you pack for 4 different seasons, and that's just the clothing. Then you have to have your camera gears and all your stuff, water housing drones and different lenses and all that. So honestly, like living out of a suitcase can be quite stressful, like anxiety wise, especially when you have to unpack quickly and repack everything.
By blowing into this,
I basically filmed my whole life, like making skateboard videos with my friends and making funny like clips. Since I was a kid, I actually have footage of when I was like proper baby. And my parents and my family, sister and brother, were actually filming and making like funny little cinema movies, like whatever. I can put some clips in, it would be funny. So I've always been into that, and also living close to Cannes, which is the capital of the film festival, which is pretty sick as well. I was born there, so really got into that filmmaking aspect, but never did it professionally until I actually started to work with Jon Olsson, and that was back in 2017. Yeah. The one piece of advice that I would give to anyone else, and especially myself, because I tend to forget it too much, is to actually pay way more attention to the story and shoot with whatever you have. Like whether you just have your phone in your pocket and you need to capture that exact moment, then do it with your phone. It doesn't matter. You need to get that actual shot and not focus on just like beauty stuff. And like I used to only wait that I actually have the perfect setup and like a gimbal to have this like perfect angle, and then I ended up like noticing that I may not even using that shot because it's just another beauty shot, and I think people are just a bit bored about beauty shot. Now it's all about like storytelling, and yeah, that's the thing that matters into filmmaking, in my opinion. the last one, the crew, like whatever, I think cruise or yeah, nose grind that you were doing yesterday. Look at that with the birds behind, and he's going higher than the ball. Like seriously. That was the highest hair I've seen, I think, in real. I'm just letting it like nothing happened. Classic. That was sick.